Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passager. Anita Mewhirter was a chemist at General Electric. She was a high school chemistry teacher. She married a chemist. At some point, she said, she realized that her heart and soul were full of emotions that needed to be expressed. And so she started writing poetry. Here's her poem, The Diagnosis, from Passager issue 64. It wasn't written about COVID, but it could have been. Words that change your life should be pronounced in an ancient cathedral, where faint shafts of light stream through stained glass windows, or a hushed paneled courtroom where great leather chairs stand in ponderous attention, not in cramped sterile cubicle furnished in chrome with a lone chipped sink and one red plastic chair. And I, dressed only in paper, with my heart in a knot and my feet cold and dangling. The Diagnosis by Anita Mewhirter. Back before Passager published this poem, Passager author Wilderness Sairchild incorporated it into her musical, Wrinkles. The COVID quarantine limits our lifestyles in many ways. We can't go on vacation, we can't go to restaurants, we can't visit and hug our new grandbabies. But that same quarantine also opens up new spaces. These next two poems are about that. Pilar Saavedra Vela said that the quiet that came from nighttime with no traffic and the awkward distances between friends no longer able to hug each other sometimes triggered memories of her childhood in Colombia. This next poem, On COVID Time 3, is one of a series she wrote about those experiences. My friend Barbara, who just returned from Mexico, was told to self-quarantine. She called to propose a trade, my Meyer lemons for her banana bread. I love anything she bakes, so I agreed. We'd exchange the goods from afar. I put a basket outside by the door, a paper bag too, so she could haul off the huge lemons. In turn, she placed a big Ziploc bag full of banana brownies in my basket and drove away. Then, I remembered when Grandma would take us out on errands with her. At the convent down the block, she said, nuns mended stockings and embroidered beautiful cloths. Grandma would place her bag of stockings in a basket on a shelf, which would then disappear into the convent wall. Pilar Saavedra Vela's poem On COVID Time 3. Rex Wilder said that from his desk overlooking the Pacific Ocean, he's seen ships, sailboats, jet skis, surfers, swimmers, dolphins, whales. But one day recently he saw something he'd never seen before from that view. Here's Rex Wilder's poem, Beach Love. A wave curls its palm as if around an invisible chin-up bar, and it's a sea lion, common enough on the wharves, but I've never seen one in these waters. It's happening around the world, a shift so pervasive it's like backing out of nothing left. Animals are showing up in Yosemite that haven't seen the tourist parts since artists started painting them. Love is, too, like a cautious beast that steps into the sun, go heart, go, lights up, looks around, breaks into a run. Beach Love by Rex Wilder. Those last two poems, by the way, were from Passager's 2020 Poetry Contest issue. You can purchase that issue, subscribe to Passager, and learn more about the press and its commitment to writers over 50 at PassagerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and various other podcast apps. One more thing, he said Columbo-like. This coming Saturday, January 30th, Passager author Roy Chang-Sung will be reading from his new book, Oxhorn Bend. The online reading will begin at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shore.